Today's Tap Talk takes us to Bauhaus Brew Labs in Northeast Minneapolis.
Their mission is to brew amazing lagers and delight customers with surprisingly balanced beers. So excited to have the head brewer and co-founder of Bauhaus, Matt Schwant, with us here on Mid-Morning. Matt, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So I was telling you before, and I've told people this many times, that there are so many new breweries in the Twin Cities. Many are outstanding, but I feel like Bauhaus is the most consistent when it comes to quality. It is my favorite of the new generation of breweries.
Thank you very much. That's incredibly gratifying.
And that was your goal, right? To be balanced and not necessarily overwhelm people with like the IPA hop situation.
Right, exactly. I mean, I love all types of beer, but the kind of beer that I like to drink and brew is decidedly balanced, and we shift towards lager beers.
Why is that?
Because they're the beers that I like to drink and brew. They're crisp, they're clean, they're refreshing, they're usually moderate in alcohol, lower hops typically, but really lagers, just like ales, can be anything you want them to be. And sometimes we'll do a special release that does incorporate some of those more extreme flavors.
Let's talk about your story a little bit, because it's you wanted to be a musician, right?
Yeah, I was actually a guitar player in Nashville, Tennessee for about 8 years. And
you went to law school?
Then decided to take a
sense.
completely different trajectory and went to law school. Practiced for about 6 years. I did both public and private practice, and then decided, you know, I've always had the entrepreneurial bug, and
now it's worked out.
Sense.
So let's sample some beers. And so while we're pouring,
Absolutely.
I just want to ask you a little bit about how you picked your space in Northeast, because it is beautiful. If you haven't been there, it really stands out from the rest.
Yeah, we lucked into it, to be honest. It was literally the last place that we looked at. We looked all over the city, looked all over St. Paul to try to find a space. And you know, one of the reasons that so many breweries are in Northeast is not necessarily because it's a great arts district or, you know, walkable brewing area, but it's because the buildings there support breweries. They're tall, old industrial buildings that can support ceiling heights that we need as brewers to grow our breweries.
You need those giant tanks?
Yeah.
Right here we have Star Grazer.
Right.
Tell us about this.
Sure. So this is
Give
the
that
beer
to
that
Johnny over there.
Oh yes, thank you.
sort of defines in a nutshell what we're about, and it's surprisingly light for a dark beer.
Can I smell it?
Natalie can have a smell.
I can have a sniff.
That's good.
Take a little
Excellent.
bit.
Thanks. If you like cold pressed coffee,
Yes.
you're gonna like this because it's just subtly bitter with the roasted malt, but it's a really nice.
She's going to like this a lot better after October. That's right.
This is another one that's is it your most popular, the Wonder Stuff?
It is the most popular,
Okay.
yeah. So Wonder Stuff is what we call a new Bohemian Pilsner. Bohemian Pilsner is sort of the Czech-style Pilsner. It's a little more full-bodied than a German-style Pilsner, which tends to be fairly dry and has a lingering hop bitterness. This one's a little more balanced, really enjoyable. We use some North American hops in it as well as German and Czech hops, so it's got a little bit of modern flair to it.
Well, make sure you check out our local Tap Talk blog on WCCO.com. We have much more about Bauhaus Brew Labs in there. And Matt, you guys have a great spot. You've done a great job with your business. Congratulations.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming on today.